Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore says he's going to take off the gloves with 2 weeks left in the campaign. Moore made his first public appearance in 11 days at a rally last night. He denies allegations of groping and pursuing teenage girls, including a 14-year-old decades ago.
Follow orders.
Outside members of Moore's team confronted reporters covering the rally. At one point, as you see in the campaign, an official shoved a cameraman.
Mark Strassmann is in Fort Payne, Alabama, where the rally was held. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. Roy Moore's campaign has yet to comment about what was going on with that cameraman, and Moore has spent much of the last couple of weeks avoiding questions about his alleged sexual misbehavior 4 decades ago. But to supporters, he had a lot to say.
About 200 supporters greeted Roy Moore with a standing ovation.
We've seen malicious and false attacks which reflect the immorality of our time.
Moore again denied he ever made unwanted sexual advances to teenage girls when he was in his 30s.
This is simply dirty politics.
On Monday, Moore released a new television ad.
But 4 weeks before the election, false allegations.
Saying the accusations were, quote, a scheme by liberal elites and the Republican establishment.
It's no different than when the Washington Post brought out the Russian investigation at a time when President Trump is trying to get his agenda passed.
I just kind of thought he was a creep.
Becky Gray was in her early 20s working at an Alabama mall when she says she complained to a manager about Moore, who persistently tried to ask her out on a date.
Why don't you be honest with yourself? Why don't you look at yourself in the mirror and come clean with what you've done?
Many polls show Moore's core supporters, about a third of Alabama voters, remain solidly behind him. People like Stacey Griffin.
No, he's not guilty, and I wholeheartedly believe what he said.
If you see a big surge in voting.
Columnist Steve Flowers writes about Alabama politics.
I think that core supporter is not leaving Moore.
Why?
They're just evangelical voters. They're so devoted to Moore, they may not believe the accusations, or they may be so zealous that they don't care.
For now, President Trump has indicated he will not be coming to Alabama to campaign for Moore, but the president has made clear he does not want Moore's Democratic opponent, Doug Jones, elected to the U.S. Senate when Alabama voters go to the polls 2 weeks from today.
All right,
Gayle?
2 weeks and counting. Thank you very much, Mark.